Hello everyone, I'm Peter and I'm going to explain our power fail alarm. So here's what we get when you purchase a power fail alarm, PFA1 or 4. The power fail alarm and a battery. And this, by the way, is not your average hardware store battery. This is a lithium battery capable of lasting 10 years in a storage state or while it's inside the power fail alarm. And it can be depleted if you have an excessive number of power fail alarms, but otherwise you shouldn't have to worry about it for a long time. So I'm going to go ahead and take the cover off and get this thing running. 4 screws. Inside, it looks kind of complicated maybe if you're not used to electrical devices, but there's nothing that can hurt you in here. I'll plug in the battery, and it's going to make an alarm. Actually, what I'm going to do first, probably you want to do it too, is cover this up because it's joltingly loud. And all right, so it's going to reduce the volume. So I'm going to plug in the battery. It's going to alarm, and I'm going to immediately hit the green button to silence the alarm. So I'm going to put the battery in, like so. And the only thing you really need to concern yourself with inside of the box is this strip of jumpers, which I'll talk about a little later. They can be, you can remove the jumper pins, I'll just remove the blue one. Alright, so I'm going to button it back up, and we'll explain some more things about its behaviors. Alright, so as you can see, the fault light is blinking, so we're going to plug it into this power strip, and that tells us we have power, and let's see what happens. So the power, the fault light is still blinking, which tells us that there's a fault. It's obviously not lack of power. It's not it's not a depleted battery because we just put in a new one. This power fail alarm also detects if there's a plug in the back side of the receptacle or not. So what I'm going to do is, if it doesn't have a plug in the back side, it will give you a fault and an alarm. So I'm going to plug something into the back side, and we still have a blinking fault light. And that's because it requires a 3-prong plug in order to clear the alarm. So now I'm going to put in a 3-prong plug, and there goes the alarm. We can test it. So that means our battery and LED are functioning. But if we pull out power, I'm going to simulate a power failure. When the power comes back on, we still have an alarm, because in this mode, using those jumpers I talked about, it requires, you have to acknowledge it. For some applications, computer equipment, you want to know about even a small momentary interruption. Now if we remove the plug, like so, it also gives you an alarm. But it's not immediate. This one has a 10-second delay because it's anticipated that some people may want to unplug or plug in devices and not get an immediate alarm. So there's the 10-second delay alarm. So now I'm going to look at another model, the PFA4, which I have already installed a battery in this one, and just show you the flashlight feature. There's the, yeah. So, all right, so there's the red jumper. I'm going to remove the red jumper now and put that aside. And now we're going to see the behavior without the red jumper. Okay, so now when I plug it in, you notice the fault light is not there anymore. So now I'm going to test it. And these photo lights make it very hard for the flashlight to show up. But there you can see that on my hand that the flashlight is doing something. If we have a power failure, there's the red light again, of course, and there's the and here's the power, the flashlight. It goes on very dim to save power. When I acknowledge it, you can see that it's much brighter, and it can be toggled on and off just by pushing the button. Very bright. So there you have it, the PFA4 and the PFA1 power fail alarms.